Hey guys, I'm finally back. My voice is not 100% yet, but I had to come out today because I believe that we are about to go a little bit lower for one last time before we are finally reclaiming the $90,000 mark. If you want to know what I found and want to see it, then stick around here and let's go, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in here on this Monday. I will not lose any time because, as you can hear, my voice is not perfect yet, but I wanted to come out. So, but now let's jump here into what's actually going on. So here on the DXY, as expected, we're continuing to go lower here with a small consolidation phase, which is absolutely fine. I mentioned that this would be actually healthy the last time when I came out, and we get here a small consolidation phase and then get here the next leg to the downside. So this leg could potentially coincide with Wednesday's potential rate cut, which I'm not expecting to be happening, and I'm going to show you in a moment why. But if we would get a rate cut, that would be most likely the catalyst to go here really quick to the downside. Why do I not believe that Wednesday will be a really good day for us? So for once, here on poly markets, 99% on poly markets believe that we are not getting anything, no change, which is not bad, but also not really good. And I believe if we get no rate cut, that will be actually bearish for the markets, and they're gonna react bearish to that for the March Fed decision. So why bearish? Because Trump just announced a couple hours ago that there are more tariffs coming. So more tariffs means, again, more selling pressure in the market. People get scared, they get spooked. So, and that means, again, we're going to see lower prices, not only in the stock market, but also in the crypto market. And that will potentially then lead to another revisit of like $81,000, $82,000, something like that. Not much lower because people got already used to that when tariffs are announced and the price goes down, the more of these news are coming, the less the market actually reacts to it, because it's with everything. At some point you get used to that and you're like, it's fine, you know. So, and this is kind of the same what I'm going to expect here in the next coming days. If they actually come out and say, okay, we have these tariffs and this and that, it will most likely not have a huge effect on the markets anymore, but still a slight one, you know. So, and with a no rate cut decision, that could spark definitely a small downwards move in all markets. So here on the CME chart, we have finally closed the CME gap here. As you can see here, we went almost all the way here to the top of $85,000. What is it? $900. So we got really, really close to it. When you have something so small left here, I call it dust. So these dust remains here, they don't need to get filled, you know. So of course, when Bitcoin turns around, goes to $90,000 on the way up, we're going to fill it. But there's no imminent need, you know, for the market to go back up here and fill this, you know. So that small dust that we have left here. On ZoomX, my Bitcoin trade is still doing well, you know. As you can see here, my Ethereum trade also doing better now. So I was way, way worse off on my Ethereum trade, is also doing better. Again, if you want to trade with me on ZoomX, guys, we have a new campaign coming up. I just was on the phone with my manager. Deposit and sign up on ZoomX, guys. There's still some sign-up bonuses that you can get, and it is the best non-KYC exchange out there, guys, you know. So they have told me so many things that's going to happen. We're going to invite people to Formula One, going to the paddock and everything, you know, but only if you sign up on ZoomX, guys. Only then you might be going with me, actually, to the paddock club on one of the Formula One Grand Prix, you know. So if you want to be part of that and experience that, which I will be fair, this is not like something that we're going to announce in a month from now, you know. So, but closer to that specific Grand Prix, we're going to make an announcement, you know. So it's still a little bit far away, but I just wanted to mention it. So yeah, so but that will be only possible if you're signed up on ZoomX, guys. When we're looking at the weekly chart, on a weekly chart, we see a small move here to the upside, so, but we need here definitely more follow through, at least to $91,000 here this week to get here way more bullish. The good thing is we got here a small buy signal on stochastic RSI. The RSI is slightly going up, but also not super convincing, but it's just Monday right now. And the MACD is here still printing darker red candles. I want to see a lighter red candle by the end of the week. and the blue line, the signal line here, turning more around to the upside with this week's candle close. So in the best case scenario, we're going to finish the week somewhere around like $86,000, $87,000. That would be for me good enough to say, okay, there's most likely continuation the following week back into the 90s, and that will then also reflect here across all indicators. On the daily chart, we are still here in that bear trap scenario, so the same like I explained to you over here, but the problem is we could, like I said, so with what's potentially going to happen on Wednesday, come here one more time down to like 81, 82, something like that, so and only then see here the move to the upside. So here the major sign for a move to the upside will be a break of this downward sloping trend line here, which is currently sitting at, if I draw this a little bit lower, so currently sitting at $84,700. If we would break it today, it would be, so it would be $88,000 approximately. So in a couple of days, it will be 85. Yeah, by the end of the month, sorry, not a couple of days, actually in 12 days, So if we would chop around for that long. On the daily time frame, here we are still fighting with the 200 moving average. I really want to see here in the next 2-3 days a close above the 200 moving average, because that will be a signal that we finally get continuation here to the upside. The longer we are staying below that, the more likely we are getting a one more big correction before we are then finally taking off. So there could be one more shakeout coming before we see here Bitcoin flying back to the upside. But at the same time, we should also not ignore that we still have here bullish divergence going on, and that has not played out yet. So if if this is going to play out, this will get us to $91,000. So that's also what I'm waiting for. Again, we could get a big surprise on Wednesday where Jerome Powell comes out and say, hey, all these tariffs are forcing my hand now to cut rates, so we have to cut rates, even if it's just 25 basis points, that would be enough to send Bitcoin back to the $90,000 level. On the MDX algo scalp gradients here, we are back in a bluish phase. So, but when I look at the reactor indicator, things are looking not that bad, so not that bad to be honest. Here, we just need a small push. We need a small push back to like $84,500 on the shorter time frames to also flip here back into an uptrend based on these super trend bands here. And then also the colors will heat up again, and we will be moving in direction of $89,000, $90,000. So if we are keep getting rejected from the super trend, which is currently in a downtrend here, then we will most likely end up back in that blue box here, in that big buy cluster from $81,200 to basically $80,000. So one more time down here before then continuation to the upside. So if you want to set some limit orders, down here will be definitely a good idea to do so. And otherwise, if we break above $84,600, that is where you just market enter and let it ride to the upside. Because at the same time, you should also not forget that we are forming here an ascending triangle that needs to break out here anytime soon, by Thursday potentially. And the technical target here, just from eye measuring it, so that is around $90,000. Also here on the 4-hourly chart, you see it here even a little bit better, with that falling wedge pattern. We are right now in the breakout window. And here again, by Thursday, Friday, we should get a breakout out of it. So if we get by Friday the breakout, that breakout should get at least to like $85,200. And from there, we have then to see that we are flipping this into support for continuation to the upside. So, but again, I have to be a little bit more bearish right now with everything that's going on, with potential no rate cut, because poly markets are not anticipating a rate cut, more tariffs coming, so, and that can lead to that we are revisiting the bottom of the range one more time, not all the way to the bottom of that falling wedge pattern, but like something like here, here the imminent underlying support at like $80,400. Again, I would place some limit orders, maybe like with 30% of the money that I want to use on that potential trade, and keep the other 70% just in case that we are breaking first to the upside and continue to go higher instead coming down and then go to the into higher levels. Now on the liquidation levels, you see here also liquidity is building up above us, which makes it way more likely that we're getting here a nice move soon. with a short squeeze. We are above the 50 moving average. The 50 moving average is slowly turning around. If we are keeping that trajectory, then by beginning of April, we should get our golden cross. But I believe that will happen much, much, much earlier than that. We only need to start moving here in direction of like $87,000 and consolidate here, and that will then already create a steep angle to the upside for the 50 moving average to give us that golden cross that we are waiting for. The only problem is we don't know when we are going to get that. Now on the liquidation heat map, also here you see around 85,400 all the way up to $87,000. There is the most concentrated area right now of liquidity. We have there over $500 million worth of liquidity sitting. And in like here around the current price, we are basically in no man's land. You know, not a lot below us, not a lot imminently above us, and that is of course causing that the price is chopping here sideways currently. But if you want to be smart about this, guys, and trade Bitcoin without leverage, and just buy here between support and resistance all the time, then go to PIONEX. On PIONEX, you still get $1,000. If you're signing up there, that you can earn. You know, you get immediately $50, then you get a deposit reward up to $1,000 and a trading reward. You know, so the only thing that you need to do is use the link in the pinned comment and in the description. Sign up there, and you can go and then just follow my Bitcoin strategy. You know, so yeah, my Bitcoin strategy currently will yield 44% over a year. You know, so I'm up here right now $60 on a $10,000 investment, but I must say I've only bought here $3,300, you know, so which is not a lot. So it's just 30% of the total amount, and I keep buying, guys. I keep buying, you know. So I'm gonna show you here again my range. So you see here, every time when we come into the green range, I'm buying. You know, when we go back up, I'm selling. So, and that's how I make money here with the grid bot. You know, so there is a link for the grid bot strategy in the pinned comment and in the description of the video if you just want to follow that. It's without leverage, so you cannot really lose money if you just follow blindly this grid bot strategy, guys. So make use of that. When we're going back now to altcoins, so the Bitcoin dominance is dropping here currently. So, but what we need is a break of that upward sloping trend line here. That is currently still acting a little bit as support. But as you can see here, we are running soon out of time. So let me actually extend this as much as we can. So you see here, and I reckon the beginning of April, we are going to get a big red fat candle breaking this rising wedge pattern. Because also here, the perfect breakout window is between here and here. And that is between now and the end of the month, you know, so another 2 weeks. So where we should get the breakdown and then finally start the real altcoin season that we are waiting for. You know, so we are not far away from it, as you can see here, based on this huge pattern that we were forming here since November last year already. The total free market cap is still totally here on track with our trajectory that we had given. Here again, we need to watch the downward sloping trend line to be broken here around $836 billion. We are $34 billion short right now. Then we need to move higher. But once we are establishing support above 810 billion, it should be like a small jump for the total free to get there. You know, so we need that level to flip into support. And once we did this, we should get that break, and then we finally get continuation into the $1 trillion level and beyond that into new all-time highs. So here, Ethereum, the Ethereum trade I had given here the last time is still intact. You know, we never reached here the entry point yet, so that is still absolutely valid. Ethereum is more or less acting like a stable coin, as you can see. There's not really something happening, but I can tell you from experience, the more we are chopping it sideways in a stable range, the more violent will be the breakout at one point to the upside. So here, what I would most likely do right now is I would go at $1,960 and set an alarm there. And when we are breaking it, I would already enter there into that trade and not wait for $2,000. Because I believe the breakout that would be happening here will be really violent and go straight to $2,050, $2,100, something like that between the lines. So I would definitely not wait. Because you might miss then that whole move here to the upside. So on the VPVR, And the VPBR is one of the reasons why we're not moving higher, because we are fighting with the longest bar in this trading range. Once we are getting above that, you see Ethereum going to fly here into the next bigger resistance level around $2,200. There we're going to stop a little bit, consolidate again, maybe a little bit downwards, go up, stop here again, and so on and so on. But here on the indicator side, we are definitely looking good for a move to the upside. Now with Solana, also here, you need to watch $130. If you get another move here above $130, there is your chance to enter the trade if you missed it here the first time. You see why I said it would be smart to take here some profit around the downward sloping trend line when we get there, because we got rejected from there, came down here, almost hit stop loss, then reversed back to the upside slightly. If you round tripped here, just make sure that you either add to your position or you let it run as it is. If you don't have a position yet, when we get back here to $130, you can enter still from there and still trade the same trade that I'd given you a couple of days ago. Just be careful here a little bit with the stochastic RSI on the 1 hourly chart, because that looks like that it wants to turn around. But the RSI and the MACD is still bullish. Price action is bullish. So for now, I would ignore the stochastic, but I would still keep an eye on that. If I go here into a higher time frame, let's see. Here we are looking good. Like on a 4 hourly, we look absolutely healthy. We just need to get above $130, and then we could actually see a proper break in direction of $145, $152. Also on Buy DeFi, guys, don't forget I'm trading there. I take the account from $10,000 to $100,000. If you want to 10x your account with me together on Buy DeFi, there's a link in the description and pin comment below. And also here you get amazing sign-up bonuses just for joining this platform, guys. So make use of that. Get all the free money that you can get. Because I don't know how long they are going to keep this up, So, and they're giving away also a Rolex and some other stuff right now. Just click on the link and you're going to see like all the prices that they're giving currently away. Some altcoins that I have an eye on is, for example, Aptos. So Aptos, I wait currently for this downward sloping trend line to be broken to enter a trade here. And you can see there's an alignment with the entry level of like $5.96. I will maybe adjust this now a little bit to kind of like here this level. Yeah, $5.60. So I would wait for $5.60 before I enter this. But here on the daily chart, this looks like that it's going to pop by tomorrow potentially. And I'm waiting here, I have my alarm set to take advantage of that trade setup here, because the stochastic is going up, the RSI is going up, MACD is about to print a buy signal, price action is reversing back to the upside. We only need to break the downward sloping trend line here, and then we are good to go. The same goes here with NEAR. NEAR also really close to break this falling wedge pattern. We are potentially trying today already to break it. Not so sure if we are able to manage to break it, but we are going to try. And also here, indicators are super looking bullish here right now. There is also one that I have here on the radar with a target of $3.52, which is like an 18% move to the upside. The next one is Arbitrum. Also here, I just wait for the downward sloping trend line to be completely broken here on the daily chart. Once I get confirmation that we have broken this with tomorrow's candle, which should then go here to the upside, I'm going to enter this and trade this here in major resistance of like 74, 75 cents. So, but you have to be aware that is more like a swing trade, but I'm fine with that, so I'm fine with a setup like that. Because on the weekly chart, just that you see, look here, we are completely bottoming out here. So there is a good moment to build a position in Arbitrum. And the last one is XRP. XRP also here about to reclaim this upward sloping trend line here. If we close today above that line, then most likely by tomorrow we are breaking the downward sloping trend line. And then the imminent target will be the golden ratio here at $2.87, almost $2.88 to the upside, so which is a 25% move from current price. Almost 23.3%. So also here the weekly chart completely bottomed out and about to turn around. So maybe another week, to be completely sure. But we are above the EMA ribbon, which is a healthy sign. But if you want to play it super, super safe, maybe wait another week before you enter this. And then you can trade this even into way, way, way higher targets here, into new all-time highs for XRP. But again, the next couple of days, I anticipate they might be a little bit bearish because of tariffs, no rate cut, but the long term is still looking extremely bullish. You know, I still believe that we are going to get an altcoin run. I still believe Bitcoin will reclaim $100,000 pretty soon. That is still all in the cards. You know, nothing has changed there. It's just the next couple of days that might be a little bit tough. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in here. Don't forget, smash the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and I hope to see you more healthy and with more money in your pockets tomorrow.